soul, oh to be alone with this. If we deserve it, then the Creator will give us a connection to the world with joy. From the Creator, it is possible only in the connection between us that the friends will be able to dwell, and we will try to accept upon us what we need. It is in this that we awaken the heavens and also in our minds to action. It is possible to accept if we accept it. Together, we sleep. You turn to each other a little more to work. Again, before the kingdom, it is much easier to work. As we raise the power, we send the messengers. Barcelona, letter 9th. I find myself obliged, and all night without minds, some place where I could, even today in a day, work under a cloud. Even today in a day I work under a cloud. Even today in a day I work under a cloud. Even the heart of such knowledge is completely. Even all my days I only have to be on the path of the commandment to me, with him. The 9th letter. Dear friends, in the first part of the lesson, I heard things that come out of the heart. We read in the book of the writings of the author, the ladder, we cannot, broken, are in, how it works. Therefore our influence is very, and here the question is, also other people are in the same system. To occupy us now, we do not always have that are accepted to such an extent that the first silk elevates a friend comfortably to the connection also in the grace of Adam the first is important to us, and how much we unification, designation, feeling, we will be falling is what is before us. Therefore it is important to us from the heart of every friend and friend. We need to understand to what extent we remain, because the fatherhood that is revealed becomes we who understand should be in the word, and so on. About all crimes predict between them we clean in midor, and we need a measure that we need to work with the heart, and therefore in such an approach we long for connection, want the mind. In the heat of Kabbalah, it is actually the bars before the ladder, page 540. Things that come out of the walk. We see the things and the matter that the person hears the agree to, maintain, later to, pass the world, and water the time that does not in his hand here. Then they and understand, amium, determine for ourselves, and then he is an end to the bound nature, and he has no choice, and he and RLM, and in thoughts that are then but advice hold, he sharpens his mind, because wonderful, chose, CH ger, yes, and only while he is within itself he needs to know them, after his the secret behind. Nothing is worth that there is no embracing. First of all go to the goal, what they wanted, answers, between us, and yes that means that all the intellects are always in the ways of God. If he has everything to be, because they have been sick and finished, no intelligence, yes, good signs let's see. 24. Good morning great. You need to see that death that you chose towards the Creator. Why, let's say, okay, according to this I go, mine, like this it is like this, we need. This opens up our, but really in spirituality all, spiritual to see the self in, sin in me, and our conflicts your word grows strengthen in the human, when I choose the good environment, so if the eyes I choose are in both, and in full continue in this perception work thing, if you and our progress in the spirit of and RLM advancement in spirituality is in a state where each time you have disconnection, and you need to renew the connection, and again disconnection, and again in such a way you need to break the new ones. Your comrade asks, what does it mean not to rely on your knowledge, because when choosing an environment, I still choose in the middle. Books us how to move to a higher level, whereas we need to shift to a higher level, and this is why even in our corporal life there is too that until we grow up and become human beings. Considered Ejivra. Great, we don't need to put animals in kindergarten to their parents. Can't bring people great all the time. Spiritual, let's say hey. Year 10 years. We will learn later. We that know laws of the level, let's say what is called above our guard. We see how to get to this by knowing the point. It is known No wise man has gained experience. And so we will progress, learn ourselves, else with measure, as later on need to grow in more and more. Lying free, I don't know who you're talking about. People with us and me ones with us and arrasing with all the best. And it's all about checking things in the genre or the mind without life. I didn't understand. It's not life, there's no spirit of life in it. All this machine, it does calculations, so it's our mind doesn't know. So what is it asking? So what is what does it mean in their minds? Intellect and the ignorant and the ignorant. Then, thank you. Only one ends what does it mean that he does not purchase and correctly establishes that it is also found that he does not owe. If so, why is it? Okay, good, well, yes dear, we are parting ways in our group, as if the outer environment is large. Here is some possibility. You mean yours is interested, and I don't want you, and I ask you not to do. My inner world, in a nation person you have, as if the situation was a little different than ours. That is and active, which around us is the same family. 6. Your small circle. Work where you are in the circle, but otherwise, then we need a question here, question enough, need to be in a holy place, as if there were with friends. Us here is this environment, yes, and to what extent? We must be in a state, even to the signal how much they are in them, called a broken person means to him all of us, we all. This you owe, what more and what less, what else, what? The result from the one that explains this circle in society, ESD. One needs all the rest. Sure that I will go into my son in order. Tel Aviv. Thank you, Rabbi. Good morning. The same topic that comes out of the lesson, and yet, and RLM, and however Hartrem, Ratzel, is in a connection. Think and think before you go to sleep, and RLM, pay attention to what you read, and think before you go to sleep. During sleep, what is important, what is less, and therefore it is very important for us to go back to the right direction, and with the end of the lesson, we will say to work. I try, however, not immediately. It may be that there is a message to try. We will now move on to study from the date of 29, Bal 175, 51. Please, it is still necessary to know that the matter was nothing but to receive, and the screen was not at all. It is necessary for the Shefi in the 10 upper Sephiros to receive, and there was no will. Wisdom and kindness are linked. The attribute of their tools after the plate is dried in the kingdom of the melting, where the kindnesses are beaten. He always has a light of measurements, but towards this I mean no one limits me, and therefore it is already called what to do. Inside the face, it is the light of warm wisdom. At the end of the face, the light of kindness, and below the face, there is no light that spreads, one without the other. So there was a break. It really cannot be. It cannot be revealed at all. The light of wisdom does not exist in the world without the light of kindness, and the light of kindness, even though we say that everything is in the bottom of the butt. But this one is very special. I will tell you what light is in the head. There is a head. I received 20%, yes, 80% down from its top. There is a madness that I do not. I receive something, I have to do a calculation. That I don't receive, I can't receive them on a whim. But I have to feel it. I mean I have it from below up, but I feel them, see, understand, achieve them, to the highest, to the Creator, right in them, because I don't drink in them. I mean I know them, I reject them all, and we have examples. These are lights that were inside the vessels. These are lights that are in the codes, calculation from the Torah. There are graces in the city of wisdom, but this fire is not a waste of anything. From the fact that I achieve it, I mean that there is no such concept at all. That graces are built on wisdom, not knowledge. Now we don't count. We don't know that there is such a thing. What are you talking about? How did he call the head of the Sephirot or the Azraim to say the crown of wisdom, wisdom? This is because Chabad begins to be only a reduction in wisdom, wisdom, Chabad. And if you understand this, you will also understand the light in the face feeling only the wisdom. Graces, you will learn the tool, ready to ease our desires. They can receive a special treatment, certain within the desire to receive, with the light, to receive an object grace, that material, in which there cannot be a cutting that is imparted. His soul, we will say, is devoted to the soul, not to fill it. How is it to do it? In order to the matter of the faces of this wheel. You knew that all the things that are done in the head, in general, in the screen on the head on which the thick and clothed lists remain in the screen of the body, we are talking about here were lists that came back, these new faces, and hence, and for the root of, which comes from the wheel. Why does the screen that was in the beginning now have its father, that is, the lower face of the body? Why does the result from the body, in total, go down, with the screen here, over there, of the second, telling us that it is deeper, less of the wheel than the body, which is in the weaver of light, all the senses, as the root of the wheel, lists when the soul enters, already in the wheel, as here we see it as if it entered the holiday here, in the second, that is. We never have any kind of substance, less or more. It is deeper in that same substance, so is deeper in that substance, and now what is the with respect to the others, the root, for all of them, the screen is slipping, right. The question is what is it that is the desire to influence a small one? We never talk about desires talking about what on the screen towards what he is aging. All the screens that were revealed in him, all were before, as he does, in order to influence. Receives received not. This and he must look, and it is completely different. Though he feels atmo, called no limit, and after bit, pairing faint, so he does pairing faint to this. Not on the one hand, weaker, yes bigger, himself where he feels he is more than his wheel. The spread of light, and the departure back, light of the spirit instead of the light of the soul. Wheel as growing towards still on the wrong side, performing, the second time overing, in that with gal, deal, and then we have, in the world, all these. He really had to go down the screen with the mating queens of the new face, to the navel place of face A, because there, body with the queens that end of face. Why do mockers use them in the desires of the little ones, before her time, 2 spoons, if I came next time to the same, before I took it is clear, because I desire to receive less, mine in this, I feel, how I can't, at all do not make account of it. Wheel of man, on the side of yes, I understand that if I stay with someone and I enjoy what they give me, I do them a favour. I do, and understand how I can. No, why all of a sudden? Where are you? You're sure to come to me. How can I get to a point where I spiritually receive something, and I do you a favour? I can understand. Why? Because I see in her what she is really sad. I and understand your mother. So, the question is how to spirituality. If you feel like your creator loves you, you can accept a king of shame and tea. Why is it possible to do that? But both faces. I said such a rude word. He really takes advantage of it. Towards his mother, it's something else, natural. Why? Because in nature, we later pass this father on to our children. But the process of creation, which is so great, we likened man to us, and we, the instruments for children, spare our children's souls. Never want to be human beings. We will now move on to studying among friends to say in the morning your kindness, to say in the morning your kindness, to say in the morning your kindness, and your faith in the nights, and your faith in the nights, to say in the morning your kindness, to say in the morning your kindness, in the morning your kindness, and your faith in the nights, and your faith in the night. Hey, hello friends. We will now study together. We also ask those who do not have much gratitude, please read the article. We will talk about it. So while working with the good, write down points, things from your plan. So please, 154, Article 3, they are called prayer. Prayer for David, who is more important than all of them. For David's prayer. What is the reason? Because he returned close to the Lord, always quarrelling with the Holy One. Blessed be he. He listens and hears his words. He will wrap them up. Their interpretation is that he does all prayers. He entered. We are united. Who asks these what he does? They tell them in his passion, that is, he does. 3. These prayers, and what is the importance of I am, since we must also understand what the shaft is that we need to take time to understand, and we will explain this on the way of work. All these prayers are related to each other. After this, we find the lessons that will fill him is the Torah. Torah called from the perspective of Moses. The kingdom of heaven, 3i, which is a form of a crisis for the purpose of the tools, and it is to be understood in what he says. That it is called close, we learn that the form of the form is equal to the form. Regarding it must be understood that we learn that what is called truth is called close, and not broken heart is called close to understand. We see that in the paths. More, in the words of the Holy Zohar it is written there, and this is his language, opened Rabbi Shimon, who rejoices in the festivals which in the Zohar, and in the ladder of the Holy One, blessed be he, the part of the Holy One, blessed be he, what he can do to these Holy One, blessed be he, these are his broken tools. He interprets there in the ladder why the part of the Holy One, blessed be he, is poor, as the daughter of the tools of the Holy Kaddish, and the fathers of all pass them on to receive to motivate him various offences. This, and according to this it must be interpreted, it is better, because he says, what am I guilty that he created me only from the very first tool of acceptance, generally on the intention of influencing. Nothing this was determined in terms of self-desire. I am found distant, no part in holiness, secret only in tools tzda all from the Lord for holiness. I am far from you, I hate vanity, it is the cause of all the water. From this, and for this reason he comes with claims. You created me, but I want you, as I came, with self-love. Secondly, we were willing, because there is no one who can resist nature, and I have evidence that you need to overcome Jazel, and this is the language. And Rabbi Shimon ben Levi said, the instinct of a person seeks, and it is said, a writer on the righteous and seeks him. Blessed be he, this is God, not in the hand of the self. They are right to overcome him if not, because you have taught him. He comes with a claim, the Holy One, blessed be he, can hell. Because the teaching of Jazel, intentionally, so that there is a need for prayer. He expects, we are right that we want, and the reason for this is found according to the Torah that he has about the Holy One, blessed be he. We are right that the Holy One, blessed be he, himself, is not expected that anything, therefore, so it is called Nash. We are right that he came from a perspective. We find that the claim of Nash is called that he himself is with the Creator, a prayer that here begins the order of the, and in this we understand what we asked, that we are called close. We are broken. We have learned that the truth is close. The name is close to all, and the answer is that the claim in the name of the same thing is that which means it is that they need to know. And this is as we explained in the article. To God, since I am truly on the basis of being able to have those who stand below him, both in the Torah and in the Torah. But they do not feel, as I see my disadvantage, as that is why there are no needy people like you, but I who have no other choice. And I do not see today what I am trying to do forward. I feel that I'm going backwards. This is the claim of all words of the form, and this is the claim of truth. And in this we will understand the question of the prayer, I am all, that can answer all the conversion of the disabled to learn all. And the interpretation will be that it is impossible to order the blood, meaning that if he accepts it, it will be. If he accepts that it is certain that the Creator will accept from above for his poverty, that he has a contribution for what he accepts, that he is all that is softened. He can ask that we have already given him to the Kabbalists. That is, man does not understand the intellect, as it says in the Sulam, and this is not because of a defect, because it does not fit into the human being. He feels, God forbid, and peace, the Almighty has disappeared from him. But this first, a person must receive a power from above that will influence, and then he can ask for the kingdom of heaven. and then he can ask for it from David's perspective. It is found that there is no higher kingdom, and then comes a second prayer, a prayer for David, the kingdom of heaven, asking that he have faith in what he can achieve. It is found that it is impossible to achieve faith that he is the kingdom of heaven before he has achieved it. He needs to obtain it from heaven. This is his own. He should not ask for other things. Then came the time for Moses, because it is impossible to remember before he has achieved it. Then came the time for Moses, because it is forbidden to study the Torah, and as it says in the Zohar, make the Torah, who, as it is written, will not build a human being, even if he is not a seal. I will not seal the entire reefer for Moses, which is a stage of sleep called fear. And this is what I will say about the Holy Zohar, which interprets the kingdom and tefillin of the law of Moses. Therefore, we need a key that the kingdom is above the blood. This is the aspect of Esther. Therefore, we receive what is called the kingdom of heaven, which is called a foreigner to the tefillin of the beginning of the revelation of the Torah. Therefore, we call the name tefillin of the head, which is where we thank you, friends. Now we want to summarize in tables of points. Okay, we are summarizing as much as we have understood. Then a person needs to reach what the heartbreak is, a desire to shrink to learn all. This trouble has a target on it, and not just before, and Doc will ask for a goal. Yes, I also wrote that the Creator did it in prayer. Man can pray, but the Creator only gives what is for the good of all. Really beautiful, just like a shower. It passes me. The beginning is very interesting. He was created with the desire to create, to inspire prayer, that is really to the language that he receives. This effect says faith. Yes, an article, but there is something to go into in depth to analyze it deeply about prayer for those who are broken, that the clothed. He gives us everything when we are. The truth is that we need to go into my heart this, and we are only the desire to accept, break, shout to the Creator, because you are the thereof. I prove that you do it like this. I have we there parties that come to the Torah, a complete process. The first stage in the process is prayer to who created in him the nature of, sees you every day back. It is that emotional connect to what we go through a lot steamed. First of all, a real demand, nothing and goes full, that there is not much left to say after the first spoken. We are all in of some we are in the process of receiving. We see how much we are in the process of truly, and also in general, a prayer to myself that we first come to this truth. We are crippled. We are the ones who are broken-hearted. Yes, friends, Ashuki said here in the focus group on this article, there are two main ones with which we will work. We will start on page 155, and other difficult questions. Please, according to the fact that the contributions of the Holy One, blessed be He, that the Holy One, blessed be He Himself, that no one should expect His help except from the Holy One, blessed be He. In terms of the tools that he claimed, the Puranic Torah begins this order. We understand what we asked. Here, it says that we are broken-hearted, and there we learned that the name is close to all the names. We find that both of them. So now, friends, we want to stop. If the Creator does not heal us, how can we be? We understand that the Creator is the one who did this, and the claim is more important. When we understand this and are angry and ask, because we are broken and understand, we understand. Help us. Turn to Him and demand that He fix us and fix us. And because He broke the tool, the beginning of the AK tool, as if we were buying to be ignorant in the toolbox from the will to receive, where secret is that the person wants to cling to the Creator, and he understands that only the Creator is the same self, will to influence to be more like the ignorant, as if in the will to receive His really will. Yes, because His claim is a claim that comes out quickly. Complains out is the truth. Michael says the truth is the name of the Creator, our truth. We discover within our truth the Creator, because prayer, as if many times, it also needs to be written in its entirety and lull the discussion is Eve, written here in these 2 paragraphs and that is why it feels that it is that a person asks something and feels wrong. It does not bring him closer to the Creator. The question is, what is it that brings him closer? What in the claim of the I brings him closer to the Creator is a true claim, as if he is first of all the most true in all his claim that you created me in this way. That means his claim is to the Creator specifically, and this is the right beginning, and it is asking. Maybe the intention is that we cannot fix you, garden, that this is what we are and are unable to come out, understand that only the Creator can help, because of the truth that we know from where. Yes, at all. With whom do I have to talk? I have talked all my life with myself. He did it. It is as if the lowly one is speaking from his name does not have the powers. I am in Jerusalem. Well, yes, a person continues to talk like that from himself. From why is it close and also, but why suddenly? I do not ask what is. Claims this is an excellent situation because a claim leads to prayer. What is there to ask for his help to do something and does not succeed? So it is. Perhaps what they say a claim of truth, the meaning of truth is you're true. The opposite relationship is. Yes, friends, what very beautiful explanations. And now we want it a little more. The prayer of the poor. So let's listen. It is written in the original that there are all good, but the best of he has nothing. Always from here that is not found, and he has nothing from talking that he is not really to this pit we call Memel. For this, yes, so now we are the light of our pit. We will continue or read one more paragraph. Turn B paragraph, and it is like between us, as we explained in the previous article, who came to pray to Hashem to the thing that there are people, and they do not feel really see. Therefore still there is no disadvantage. There are so needy that you help. I see the situation of the truth. I have no affiliation to road does not see today, and as much as I try to go forward, I feel the reverse of the form to the Holy One. Blessed be he, friends, as he tells us here, and there is no power. I was better than them. We want to talk among ourselves that we are the worst and we have no work. If we are confused with this question, he tells us here how much to go forward. I feel in the audience's blood. Someone will come. So then our question is, if this is how we feel, why aren't we? The feeling is clear, right, and as it goes back, then why do? And we turn to the Creator for 6 minutes, the desire to come to prayer, and he diverts us from turning to the Creator. But if we let him control and listen, and really feel that he is going to prayer and ask him for it. Michael says, yes, it's very difficult. 3-year-olds say to themselves, I can succeed. And then he says, well, I didn't do it. Please, help. I tried it myself. I'm trying to come to prayer. First of all, it's not obvious yet that I feel that I really am a liar. I recognize that I can come to prayer. Yes, that's what Shooter said 2 years ago. Juds, I don't know what, and if you're great from us, we often identify with our desire to receive. That's why it's hard to turn to the Creator. He'll become selfish. He doesn't give up. That's why we need each other. We really need each other. After the words of our friends, we already have the but together. There's a forbidden prayer, as it were, from behind, minutes in our body. Since instead of this in a narrow place, what we compose all day long prayers, that prayer will be alone. But we can only pray if there's a disadvantage. If there's no disadvantage to the language, prayer Creator can only if there's a need for my friend. Yes, we do. In turn, probably because we're not broken. 6. No, but it's still okay. If we feel that we're the worst, then if I feel that I'm why I feel the worst, I don't have any. Yes, friends who know how we are, layer by layer. Hello, friends. We're now in the glory of the Lord. Our will. We feel a general will. It's still all about the feeling. I don't worry about what's sunk in. That I need to, I've paired up with someone else. My friends, and the common good. I'll think about myself more. It won't come out. Yes, then we won't get out of the right mindset. I will think about each other. The glory to the people. The first book, The Rover. Section 48. when the letters were awakened to complete. Took the side this, and one side this, a burr we, complete that. Took and gave them in the letters, Abraham of and in the word what second. Blessed is the land on without which, alludes to, are in gematria, who are you? In this, allude to the mes. Came out the complete name, as the history and Abraham. Because we complete this name heaven the name up to hear the name being asked one Sabbath, and found places here then take the full, receive the receive, and since we complete so, yes we do not complete the name. We will go to Mr. Karcher page 241. Introduction to the Book of Zohar, the vision article of Rabbi Chair. Rabbi Chair. Rabbi Chair sat down on the earth chair, the cow all the delights of that eye, all the light in the world what are you impudent, Rabbi Shimon, the light Shimon, moment Rabbi Shimon, must understand well the matter of this defilement. Kingdom of this name carried, until Rabbi Chair came to the awakening. Rabbi Chair, how much you are in the audacity of Adam the first from the source to the shells in the world. Adam the first in his answer, no, and after him are the souls, by the source from a unit, dead, no, in him all these the highest souls of all in the world will eat there, and Rabbi Shimon at also. This also. One moment that Rabbi Shimon does not spice with you Rabbi Chair rose, and was and Rabbi Yossi Amos, Rabbi Shimon. 40 days others showed him that Rabbi Sh Mabai Shen in his distress on in Kip and heed is more important than the moment. I need the light to receive from all the emptying action. Need it. Come now more that the light, but it is important for us that it happens that one special will. What is the silence to know what? 51. Saw how many big wings, Rabbi Shimon, God that Rabbi hears. In his eyes, the sun is a sitting of only, of dead. Wings are the water. From a step blessed be God, that the soul, to gather them. These wings were waiting for the Reb. Thank you very much friends in the name of Israel.